All right. You've taken bold before. You've heard maybe that it was new before, and then you've shown up and you've been like, maybe they changed a couple things, but this feels like the same experience. So I want to share with you quickly in this video what truly is different this time. And the first thing that I will share with you is that Bold is actually new. We are roughly 95% new. And the only reason we're not 100 is because when Gary Keller and his closest connections were creating this new version of Bold and Onward Bold, what they did was they started from scratch. That was a requirement of Gary. If he was going to spend his time on it, they were going to start from scratch. And he knew how many thousands of lives Bold had impacted over the years. So they made sure to go through the manuals, the old manuals, after they were done with the new ones. And they did carry forward a handful of things that just frankly, they didn't have a better replacement for. And it felt important that they were there. And so, nevertheless, 95% new. And I will say that foundationally, it's the same. It's still a course that is designed around mindset learning and action learning, and it's conditioning and it's coaching and it's all of those same things, just delivered in different format with a different voice and then different literal information that we're sharing because the market has changed and so is the industry, right? So, a few things, right? The original version of Bold, which I give so, I mean, literally my life is different today because of it. And it was really written in a manner in which it kind of felt like if you didn't do it exactly as they said, that you were just simply wrong and you were never going to succeed. And Gary knew that that's not really true. I mean, gosh, it might have been true in 2009 when the world was on fire, and today it's not. There's so many different ways that not only you can succeed, that the top agents in our industry and in our company are succeeding, right? The messaging in this one is more like, hey, there's a lot of different ways that you can do this. And rather than you go get overly creative and potentially fail, we're going to share with you the ways that are working the best right now so that you can find something that works for you and go have some guaranteed success. So it's not like one size is the only way. This is like, hey, there's a lot of different sizes and paths that we can go down. We're going to give you the best one so that you can make an educated choice. Um, Mindset wise, of course, we still cover it because you still can't win without a great mindset. And the mindset content of Bold is really all written around the 10 bold truths that Gary created last year. And these are essentially like foundational pillars to your business and to your life. You'll notice they will feel very, very, some of them may be surprising and yet non-negotiable. So it's easy to buy into them. All right. So that's the mindset part, and it's working really, really well. And mindset is so important right now because of the nature of the market and the changes that are happening. Right. Now let's look at the action thing. You know, if you are watching this, that you're in a lead generation business. And I know that you probably don't like that. And you probably wish that you could change that. We can't. We're in a lead generation business. And while all of the classics still work, FISBOs, expireds, door knocking, open houses, you name it, right? We also know that there's a lot of different outside of the box ways that we can lead generate and still create great big wins. So we're teaching you 12 different playbooks, all that come from Gary's top 200 agents that are working right now that are outside of the box and frankly a little bit more fun, right? Because we believe that you can lead generate and earn at a high level and actually love the process and not just love the result. So we're going to give you 12 different ways to do that. We give you multiple different listing presentations and buyer consultations, all of which also come from Gary's top 200 crew. And we're giving you more than one way to deliver them and some different suggestions in not only how to just present and treat your business and get better results, we're giving you some conversations around how to ensure that you get paid what you desire to get paid and some outside of the box ways to do so. So those are some of the things that we do. We focus on social media a lot more than we ever have in Onward Bold. And of the multiple things that we teach you, there is one theme throughout all 6 sessions, and that is that, by the way, that's one of the things that's new. We are 6 sessions now, not 7. We teach you Ken Pozek's social media ladder, and Ken Pozek is an agent out of Orlando, Florida, who has only been in Orlando for 7 years as of making of this video. And in 2024, he earned $9 million in gross commission income, and he built his business completely through social media. And we're teaching you exactly what he does and what he did, and we're having you implement as you go. We know that things can be uncomfortable when we put ourselves out there, so we're going to make sure that you start working on things before you get out of Bold, right? We're going to push you out of your comfort zone so you can start winning today. So those are some of the things that are new. Do we still do 100 contacts a week? Yes, we do. The way that we look at them, has that changed a little bit? Absolutely. We're not going to measure how many of every kind you make as long as you make 100. So in other words, voice to voice counts, face to face counts, text message counts, social media private messenger counts, basically anything that is a one-to-one, two-way conversation counts. And we're not going to say that this many needs to be on the phone and this many needs to be this. We're not going down that road, right? So we're going to make sure that it is easier for you. And again, that you can find a lane that you are comfortable with and still win. And same will go when we lead generate in the room. I'm not going to make you make calls. I might encourage you to if you're a little nervous about them, because at some point you'll need to make calls in your business. However, I'm not going to make you. If you want a text message instead, great. As long as you're not sitting there and twiddling your thumbs, I don't care. You can lead generate however you desire. And the last thing that I want to make sure is super clear to you, if you've made it this far, congratulations. And if you are a highly successful agent, if you are one of the top agents in your market center or in your area, I want you to know that, quite frankly, this bold was written for you. Now, if you're newer or in the mighty middle, don't get turned off. This bold will still benefit you, and I'll tell you why in a moment. And yet, Gary wrote this to top producers. That's Gary's people, right? And the only words in our manuals that do not come from Gary come from Gary's top 200 agents, people who are earning wild amounts of money in the current market. So I say that so that you know that you, no matter what your level of production is, well, you're not shift proof and you're not mindset proof. Like it is still designed for you. Now, if you are not one of the top agents yet, then guess what? This is still where you should be, because if you ever desire to be a top agent, well, then of course you need to think and act like a top agent. So these are some of the things that are new about Bold. If you have any more specific questions, please let me know. My goal is that you make the most educated decision for yourself. And if this Bold is right for you, fantastic. If it's not right for you, that's okay too. I want to make sure that you're not making that decision based off assumptions that may be incorrect, though. So if I didn't address your question, reach out to me. I'm happy to connect with you, and I cannot wait to work with you.